on your mark, get set, go. So we're gonna set these stands up like this. And imagine the bride and groom are here and the officiant. Speaker stands need to go right in front of them. Don't let them, because if you have this behind the people, that'll create feedback, right? So you want them just a little bit in front of them, and then just adjust this guy up to where you want it to. Stick the safety pin in here like that, so that you can, in case it gets, you know what I mean, falls over or something. Take the speaker stand, stick it on top of here like this. That. Again, don't have it pointing towards the people here, have it out there so we don't get any feedback. And what I like to do is put most of the components, the main components, next to the first speaker. The mixer and the amp and the subwoofer, keep it close, and then we'll extend the second speaker over there. Velcro cover. Up like this. Of course, this one's probably going to go in the barn where you're doing music, but if you want to use it in the other one, you can too. So it's all like that. See the casters on the back? That's how it rolls around. There's got rubber feet down there, so you're good to go. So then the way this works is that this mixer here has 4 microphone channels and 2 stereo channels, and then these are the audio outputs to the speakers, and power button right there. And on the back, power cord goes here. There's a power cord in here, right here. That'll go into here, and then it'll end up plugging into your power reel. That'll be sitting maybe back here, out of the way. It's got 4 outlets on it with a surge and all that fun stuff. And this is a 50-foot cord. And you've got another one in there for the other system as well. So that's generally how that goes. And then I provided a nice long cable. So what I typically do is we'll take a short cable like this one, and it'll go from this output right here. Set this first one up for you here. It'll come out of this output right here. This yellow. If you use the color, that's a good reminder. Orange to orange. Okay, like that. And usually I'll, do a nicer job, but these will be, kind of wrapped around there nicely. And then the next one is the longer cable. This longer one, that's the one you stretch down across to the other side. So everything, all the main components can see right here, and you just put the second speaker with the longer cable out of this other orange section down to that other section down there. Now, the subwoofer part of this is a stereo RCA cable, and that cable comes out of these 2 dedicated out, says tape out, and the tape out is sending any audio feed that's coming into these channels directly out of here, out of these cables, and then into these 2 inputs right here. They say in, and that's your input for the sub. And so this is the gain. It says right here off or +10. And right now we like what we call unity gain, which is everything. We try to keep everything at 12 o'clock. 12 o'clock. Main outputs 12 o'clock, inputs 12 o'clock, and I'm going to spin those down. And that's a good starting point. If you need to turn something up, just turn it up here. Don't turn it up here or there. You technically just turn it up here.
That's the main volume then?
That's goes to this one goes to this one, and so on and so forth. These are the main outputs, and that has the main output I showed you. But these are what you want to turn up. If you start messing with the 2 down here, it can make things wonky. And I just we start with the ends and then go down the chain from there. So when you start adjusting and stuff. And on here we also have some minor EQ. Right now it's at 12 o'clock, so we have highs and lows. Lows is red and highs is blue. And so if you need to get a little more, treble, just spin it a little bit to the left. More bass to the right. So like when you do the music part of it, maybe you want to put a little more bass to it, right? Whatever that would look like. So
okay.
So we have two types of audio inputs.
But primarily those ones up at the top. The ones down here at the bottom you touched. Up. These right here. You said.
Oh, these are EQs. So highs and lows, like the treble.
The treble and the bass.
Treble and the bass.
Right.
You just leave them at 12 unless you really want to tweak. Otherwise, I just leave them alone.
Okay. So like all of those, like I can mess with.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
They're associated with the inputs.
Got it.
So this goes here. You have your volume, treble, bass, volume, treble, bass, volume, treble. You know what I mean? They associate with the 1 through 4, 1 through 4.
Okay.
And then these two associate with these, which you're not going to be using. Because I'm going to give you this. This is what I use this cable for. This is for your music or a computer. And it's a little unique, but it's a pro level connection. So let's say, for example, you're going to put music on channel 4, because these might be the microphones here. This last one. This has a microphone cable connected to a little box that gives you a 3.5 connector that you can plug into a computer, and it has its own volume control. So the person's got playing the music and going through the playlist, they don't have to reach over to this. See what I mean? So they can actually just turn it up and down right here.
That's great.
So, and it's also a balanced connection. That means there won't be any buzzing, because typically these kind of cables are buzzy. So I just stay away from them. So you won't be using these, just these 4 right here. And this, for hypothetical, this will be your music, and these are the microphones I'm going to show you next. So, if I remember right, we have 2 handhelds and a headset microphone. So I'm going to do the most complicated one first, just because it's got a headset and everything. The rest of them are basically the same thing. Take out the microphone receiver like this, and it's got 2 antennas that you just, if they get a little bit wonky, just tighten them up, but they just go like that. In the back is the connector that will connect into here, and a power cord. So that, put that right here. We have a power cord that connects into the back of the receiver. Just like this. And then we have a short XLR cord that is here. Take these off. One in there for you. So this one will go into input 1 for the efficient, and it'll go into the input here, or the output here, input there, and then just hit the power button here, and numbers will show up. It'll show battery level. It'll tell you everything you need to know about how that the system's working. And I color coded this, has a purple number 4, because when you open up this pack, you have a purple number 4 belt pack, so that when you use the headset, or I included the lapel as well, you plug it in the top of here. It plugs in like as pins. Stick it inside, and you twist this down so it locks in tight, just like that. And you clip that on the person. You can also, there's AA batteries in here, and I got another pair inside the back. Now, in case you want to do the headsets, exactly the same thing, except that it's a headset microphone, and that might take a little finagling, because each person wears these things a little differently. But there's a little manual in there, and they do have you can kind of see how this works, so where this wraps around the ears, you know, and so on and so forth, the back of the head, and that kind of thing. So and they can adjust all this and try it in different positions, but anyway, it's all flexible, can't break it. This is meant to move around, and you put it in their best spot, or they can use the lapel. Same connector on this end. So that's this one, and then yeah. So we'll pack these things back up in here, just like that. And
So essentially we have 4 mic options to plug in for anything in addition to...
Yeah, actually technically 3 microphones and 1 music player. That's what this this package has in it. My understanding is that you're using the Efficient and then a wireless microphone for the wedding, and then a music also for the wedding, and then when you go to the reception, you're just going to use the one wireless microphone and the music player. And each system, my package includes, so you have 2 of these, because every time you're not going to have to disassemble one system to set the other, you're just going to leave it. The other one should be already set up, so you can just walk to the next room and it should be pretty straightforward.
Okay.
Yeah, that's the idea, so that you're not having to, like, what do we need to take from here? You should be able to just take the laptop or music player and carry it over to the reception, and you should be good to go at that point.
Okay.
So like I said, you've got one of these for this room, and the second room's gonna have another one of those music players, and another set of wires too. So you have another long wire and another short wire. Each room, right inside there. And then just to give you a snapshot of the handhelds, just for visuals, so you have an idea what they look like, is exactly the same system. It looks the same. It just has a handheld wireless microphone like this, and then you just press the power up like that. And like I was saying before, on the front of that you can see it shows battery level, and so you know you have good batteries, but there isn't a second pair of batteries inside the bag as well. So that is pretty much it right there. So I think you have any questions or possible anything like that, or
And this is Tony's instructional video, so I hope that you liked it. Thanks for
Nice.
joining us.